Hello, it's Jim Hutchins for the Jerusalem Connection Truth Report for this week. Well, December 10th December 2nd through the 10th, I should say, is Hanukkah. And I'm often asked if Christians should celebrate the feasts and festivals that are referred to in the Old Testament. And my answer is they're God's feasts, and they're available to God's people. But more than that, let me refer to Rabbi Kurt Schneider. Rabbi Schneider heads a ministry called Discovering the Jewish Jesus. And he points out that Hanukkah is for Christians as well. Let me tell you what he said. The story of Hanukkah. Did you know that the only place Hanukkah is mentioned in the Bible is in the New Testament, not the Old Testament, in the New Testament? The Hebrew word Hanukkah actually means dedication. And that is why the Apostle John referred to it as the, quote, feast of dedication in John chapter 10, verse 22. The holiday commemorates the Jewish people's rededication of the temple in Jerusalem to Yahweh. In fact, Jesus actually taught in the temple during the feast. You can see that in John chapter 10, verse 22 through 38. The history of Hanukkah can be traced back to 168 BC, when the Greco-Assyrians under the leadership of Antiochus IV invaded and captured Jerusalem and the temple. They attempted to destroy the culture and religion of the Jewish people and desecrate the temple of Yahweh. And during this time, a group of Greco-Assyrian soldiers marched into the Jewish settlement and demanded that the priest there, the Jewish priest, Mattathias, that he sacrifice a pig to their pagan god Zeus. Sacrifice a pig in the temple of Yahweh. And because Mattathias feared Yahweh more than the enemy, he refused to sacrifice the pig. A fellow Jewish onlooker, afraid of the Greco-Assyrian wrath, volunteered to sacrifice the pig. In response to this, Mattathias drew his sword and he killed him. This act of conviction, encouraged by Mattathias, was such an inspiration to the rest of the Jewish people there that they assembled right there to form the army, the Maccabees. And under the leadership of Mattathias' son, Judah Maccabee, they successfully stopped the Greco-Assyrians from overtaking their settlement and eventually drove them out of Jerusalem and the temple in Jerusalem. And this victory climaxed with the rededication of the temple in Jerusalem and the inauguration of the Feast of Dedication, or Hanukkah in 164 BC. As one of the Levite priests prepared to light the menorah, the lampstand inside the temple, that's the menorah, during the temple rededication ceremony, they realized that there was only enough holy oil to burn for one day. However, according to the tradition, the oil burned supernaturally for 8 days. And this is why the Hanukkah menorah that Jewish people light each year has 8 candles, representing those 8 miraculous days of burning. There is an additional 9th servant candle, however, on the Hanukkah menorah that is used to light these other 8 candles. And then Rabbi Schneider concludes by saying this: let your light shine. Let your light shine, just as the 9th candle on the Hanukkah menorah is used to light the other 8. Yeshua has lit us, lighted us up lit us in order that we might become a supernatural lights to the world. And Jesus himself says in Matthew chapter 5, verses 14 through 16, "You are the light of the world," Yeshua said. "You're the light of the world. A city set on a hill cannot be hidden. Nor does anyone light a lamp and put it under a basket, but on the lampstand. And he gives light to all who are in the house. Let your light shine before men in such a way that they may see the good works and glorify your Father who is in heaven." That's what Hanukkah means to Christians. That's what Jesus said. Let your light shine before men in such a way that they may see your good works and glorify your Father who is in heaven. And that is the truth